Hey everybody, I'm making another video. Today I'm trying something a little bit different from what I did last video, and I'm actually doing a redraw of something I drew almost a little over a year ago actually, and I just thought that it would be a fun idea to kind of redraw that and also have like a draw with me type video. So today I'm drawing this girl that I drew in my first concrete sketchbook that I started in I think I started in October of 2024, which was like my 9th grade year, like a couple months into my 9th grade year. And yeah, it was this really cute girl. She's not really an OC, but I remember really liking her when I first made this sketchbook and this drawing in particular. I remember really liking how it turned out, which I showed you in the beginning kind of what it looked like. So I'm kind of taking that idea that I drew then, and I'm kind of drawing it as if I got the idea today, if that makes sense, like how I would do it if I had the idea to draw this girl in my art style now and the way I draw now. So there are some creative liberties I took just because I felt like it would make the composition a little bit better, and I just love redrawing things from usually at least a year ago, as kind of a way to show how much I've improved, because I think if you've seen my last video, I was definitely kind of in an art slump, and I think the best way to kind of cure yourself of that is to kind of go back through some of your older works, and that's a great way to kind of be like, wow, I really am improving. So I went back and looked at this sketchbook, which I believe is sketchbook number 9, or sketchbook number 8. I think it's sketchbook number 9, but yeah. And I kind of just went through it, and then kind of saw how differently I view it now after not seeing it for over a year now. It's been a year and a half just about. I am recording this in June of 2026, so yeah. And yeah, it's just really fascinating to see that. So I'm drawing her with similar accessories to what I gave her then. During this sketchbook, sketchbook 9 era, I guess, of my art, I was very heavily leaning into a ton of accessories all over the character. But I kind of just put on whatever accessories came to mind, which ended up kind of muddling the kind of story of what I was trying to tell of this particular character. But, excuse me trying to be a little vlogger over here and showing what color I'm using. I gave up doing that after literally the first one because it looked so weird up against the angle that I'm using for this video. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. It's just I would put so many different accessories on the characters that just didn't make sense and didn't fit with each other, and the colors didn't make sense. But now, kind of knowing what I know now about how I want the character, what kind of story I want to tell about the character, I feel like I've really improved the character through that perspective. So you will definitely see some creative liberties in that aspect as well. And also sorry for the lighting change. This was a couple hours after I filmed the first clip. But yeah, on camera, the alcohol marker that I was using here was looking really patchy, and I'm not sure why, because in real life it looked fine, but on the video it looks significantly darker and significantly more patchy, so please excuse that. I don't really know why. I went over it several times, but it just still looked kind of like that, so I'm sorry, just gonna have to bear with it, I suppose. But yeah, I actually used the exact same alcohol markers and Prismacolor set to draw this, the drawing that I'm recreating here. I still have the same ones, so I thought that was really interesting to see kind of the way I use them now versus how I used them in the past. So yeah, I just think that's really cool. Alright, right now I'm using the Ohuhu. I think I have the pastel set. I think I got it as a birthday present. And I still have it years later. It's been working great. And I also obviously use my very crusty Prismacolor set. I think you can see in the corner there, I've definitely used up a lot of the colors, but like until I get to like until I get the nibs to be like literally like a centimeter of length, I won't get rid of them just because I just like love them so much, okay? I think I definitely will get like a bigger pack next time. This one, the one that I have right now, is a 12 pack, and honestly it serves me well. Like I have enough colors. I can mix my own if I really wanted to. But I do kind of wish I had some like teals and some pinks. I feel like that would really add a lot of depth to my like artworks, and I could definitely do more with a fully rendered piece with some extra colors. So I think I definitely will be looking out for deals, because I'm not purchasing art stuff without deals. Like I'm sorry, I'm a cheapo, okay? I'm frugal, all right? Like I feel like that's fair, because like art supplies are really expensive these days. So yeah, I honestly don't use like super expensive like art supplies, art materials in general. Maybe like a couple here or there a little bit pricey, but most of them are like pretty cheap. Or like, yeah, they're actually pretty good. Honestly, I feel like you really don't need that much expensive stuff to do art. You really don't need anything at all except for like a pen and paper, I guess, or like if you have an iPad, then I guess you could use that. But yeah, like I feel like some people are just like very focused on the art supplies, but it's more about the person, you know? You gotta be very deep. It's very deep. So right now I'm just rendering the skin, and I'm kind of adding some shadows to her face, and this stage I was a little worried with how it was looking, just a little bit, especially because of how patchy the marker was looking, but like as I went over it with the Prismacolor, I think I definitely fixed it a little bit. So yeah, I definitely think my hands have really improved. I've done a lot more like drawing from memory. Like for example, this drawing is from memory, and actually the drawing that I'm like using here as sort of my like redrawing thing is also from memory, but I was just not used to doing memory stuff before. I had felt like I could only use references to make my drawings look good, so when I wasn't using a reference, they looked really bad. But in reality, I just needed practice to like get my ideas on paper, and while I still do have some of that imposter syndrome of like, oh, I'm not very good at drawing from memory, I definitely think I've improved a lot, and I still think a lot of my stuff from memory turns out really good. And whenever I do use reference, I like to just like add my own little tinge, a little bit of my own flair to whatever I'm referencing. Generally it's on Pinterest, so I kind of just like mishmash some things from the Pinterest photo to what I do, so I'm not like directly copying, and also kind of adding my own like pizzazz to it, and I think that's a very fun way to go about it. The marker that I'm using right now is not Prismacolor. I have no idea where I got it, but it was just in my collection of Ohuhu. Oh, wait, did I say did I say Prismacolor? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. The marker that I'm using right now is not Ohuhu, but it was just in my set of Ohuhu, so I just used it. But yeah, I'm not really sure where it's from. The current sketchbook I'm using right now is the Ohuhu marker pad, I think. But yeah, it's really great. Like I don't use markers a ton. I do use them a little bit, but what I really like about this paper is that it doesn't bleed at all. Like I think at some point in this footage I like show like the back of the paper. I hadn't used the back side yet, and it like didn't leave any like residue, or like it didn't bleed through, I guess, to the other side, which is nice. Although I will say this paper takes forever to dry if you use a wet medium. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess it is because it's like really thick and really smooth, which means it's marker paper. Whenever you use watercolor on it, it literally just sits on top and it takes forever to dry, which, to be fair, they didn't say it was meant for watercolor, so it definitely wasn't meant for watercolor, but I don't care. I'm forcing it on the paper anyways. Although gouache, it does do pretty well. So yeah, I am pretty happy with how it's looking. I am about 1 month into this particular sketchbook, so a little bit over halfway, I want to say. This one definitely has more pages because I remember last sketchbook number 13, I finished it in a month, but it's been a month already for sketchbook 14 and I haven't finished it. I think it is just because the pages are bigger for one, and they're also just like more of them. I think there's actually just about double the amount of pages actually, which is interesting. So I guess my pace hasn't really changed that much. I am trying to be a little bit more loose with my artworks in sketchbooks in the future. Like I sometimes like see like sketchbook tours of other artists and they just have such loose, fun drawings where they just like draw to draw and not to have it like look beautiful. And I feel like I definitely need to implement some of that because like for me, I'm a huge perfectionist when it comes to my sketchbooks because that's the main way that I draw, just because I don't have time to always like do a like finished painting on like easel or whatever. So or like even on my iPad, I don't draw a ton on there during school, just because I just don't really have that much time to and that much free time. Especially this year, I didn't have a ton of free time. But I definitely want to be a little bit more loose, a little less like finished artworks all the time type in my sketchbooks. I always feel that guilt of, oh, I'm wasting the paper by not like using paint on it because it's painting paper generally. Well, I know this sketchbook wasn't painting paper, but generally I use like painting paper or like paper meant for painting, you know? So I do feel that like little bit of like, oh, well, maybe I should paint on it because I don't want to waste it. Because it is pretty expensive. I mean, sketchbooks are so pricey these days. But I need to kind of let go of that a little bit and like do painting and also do like fun like doodles with like pencil and or like pen. I really need to do more pen drawings. Because a little bit after this page, like a couple days ago, before I filmed this, obviously, I did like this one page where I was just like doodling and they were all really ugly doodles, but like I really blocked out a really good like sense for my OCs. You guys might have seen my OCs that I was like soft launching in Sketchbook Tour 14 if you were there for that. And like I have the two characters that I had, Maverick, and I decided the other guy's name was gonna be Jonah. I will be posting, when I post like a sketchbook tour, you guys will probably see the two of them, but I'm planning on doing like a gouache painting of the two of them, so you'll probably see that then, whenever that comes out. It'll probably be in a couple months though, I'm guessing, at least in a few weeks. But yeah, and like I was able to like really block out like a really nice like story outline for how I wanted their story to go. And I was really like surprised at how much I could get done just by kind of letting loose and not really caring about how my art turned out. And that was really hard, honestly. Like I had the urge to just like cover up the page or rip out the page, but I didn't. And I just kind of kept it there. And I feel like that took a lot of like pressure, I guess. Like I feel like, oh, when I do the sketchbook tour or like when I show it to somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, like this page isn't actually finished. But they definitely won't care at all. And that's just sort of what's kind of in my head. So just do what you want. Just like let loose. It's a sketchbook, you know, like it doesn't really matter. I might even try to have like a separate kind of like junk sketchbook or like a sketchbook where I just do like fun stuff in it, and then a more like slightly more serious sketchbook might be a great idea because like I don't really have to show the junk sketchbook to anybody, you know, like I could just keep it as like my own little thing. I guess I could do a junk sketchbook tour, but I'm not really sure if anybody would be willing to see that. But yeah, that's probably what the angle of this Ohuhu marker is like killing me here, but yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in that, then I might like put a poll up or whatever. So here, I'm doing like her ribbons in her hair. She did technically have ribbons in her hair in the original, but I gave her like lower pigtails, with like slightly like curlier hair rather than like the high up pigtails that she had beforehand. And I really think that, like, suited her more. Like, she felt like, kind of like, she looked a little bit anxious in the first, like, drawing that I did, which I make a lot of my characters, like, kind of nervous or anxious for whatever reason, but I do. And so, like, I just felt like, that would be kind of cute to have her hair down rather than up. I just thought that would be more, like, grounded, I guess. I'm not really sure how to, like, word that, but you kind of get what I mean, right? So, yeah, and she does have a couple, like, face, patches, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like the star patches, except there's a couple heart ones in there, I guess. I used to do a ton of those, during this, like, sketchbook 9 era. I'm just gonna call it that, I guess. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm really, like, this sketchbook 9 has, like, a very special place in my heart, because this was the first ever sketchbook that I really, like, was like, okay, I'm actually gonna draw in this sketchbook every single day, and I'm actually gonna, like, start, like, a drawing habit every day, which wasn't really a thing for me. I was drawing for, like, around 4 years before the creation of this sketchbook 9 sketchbook, and, like, I did draw relatively regularly then, but, like, my sketchbooks would still take, like, a year to, like, 2 years to finish. But then when I did, like, this sketchbook 9, well, technically I've been drawing for a really long time, but, like, what I mean by, like, I was drawing for 4 years was, like, I, like, was seriously, like, I wanted to, like, seriously pursue the art of art, if that makes sense. But, like, before that, I've been drawing since, like, basically since I was out of the womb, I guess, and I've been keeping sketchbooks since, like, a very long time, but I didn't really consider them sketchbooks. They were just, like, a place to, like, doodle or whatever. They weren't really, like, finished, like, sketchbooks. Like, they were just, like, regular old notebooks that I would keep around. So, like, my counting system is actually really off, because originally, I had started counting these sketchbooks, like, one after the other, like, just one, like, randomly. I just counted it as sketchbook number 1 random day when I was like, yep, I'm actually gonna start sketchbooking. But then I, like, went through all of my old sketchbooks, and I realized I had, like, 7 other sketchbooks, and I thought it wouldn't be fair to myself if I just, like, cut out those 7 sketchbooks. So then I had to go back and, like, fix it all, and maybe I didn't really have to, but I felt like it would be kind of sad if I didn't, or, like, I would be kind of annoyed with myself and be like, well, actually, I did 7 other sketchbooks other than just sketchbook 1. So that's kind of why the system is weird, and that's also why I'm saying specifically 4 years ago. I know the math wouldn't math otherwise, but that's why it's, like, very complicated, because, like, art wasn't always really a hobby for me. It was just sort of like a thing I did. And then I was like, at some point in, like, middle school, I was just like, yeah, like, I'm gonna, like, do this now. So that was kind of how it all started, which I'm assuming other artists corroborate that, like, similar perspective of kind of, like, not really caring that much for art until, like, randomly one day in, like, middle school or, like, elementary school or something, where I'm like, yeah, we're like, yeah, I want to do this now. So yeah. Anyways, here I'm going in with my acrylic markers. I love these things, but they're all dead. I really need new ones. Literally, except for, like, 5, they're all dead. But these served me well. These, like, I think they're the grabby ones. Grabby, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But these ones have lasted me, like, 2 years. But yeah, I don't know, like, they're nice, but they smell really weird, and they also don't have a red, like, they have, like, a red, but it's more of a pink, which I kind of don't like. But other than that, these, like, markers were really great, and they're kind of what got me into doing more detailed, like, artworks in general, is because, like, the fine tip that it gave me. I was like, oh wait, I can actually, like, do, like, smaller details now. And now that details are, like, my favorite thing ever, so it's, like, kind of crazy to think at some point that I didn't like details, but now, like, what would I be without my details? Hello? Like, I love hyperfixating on, like, random, like, the lines on somebody's t-shirt or something, you know? Like, I just feel like that just brings me so much joy. So, yeah. And, yeah. gave her this really cute, like, flower hairpin that wasn't necessarily there before, but yeah, I don't know, I just thought it was cute. Right now, I'm doing, like, I do like to do scrapbooking, sort of, for my sketchbooks. So, what I do is I keep, like, a bunch of scraps in, like, this little, like, box, of, like, scraps, I guess, and I reuse them. So these I actually print out, and I purposefully print them on regular paper and not, like, sticker paper, because I like how I have to glue them down, which means that it adds, like, a little bit of thickness. It feels like that's overkill, but it really does work. I really like having a thick, fat sketchbook. And I don't know, it's really fun to me to, like, scrapbook. I just feel like it's one of my favorite parts of making a sketchbook page is to kind of collect my little scraps and, like, put them on there. And eventually, yeah, there it is. So I actually got boba this day, at Tai Chi, and I had, like, the boba wrapper, so I just put that on there. I don't know, I don't care if you think that's weird, okay? It's like, it's actually peak, okay? Trust. Do not continue to try it, alright? Like, it's so fun to scrapbook, inside of your sketchbook. So yes, I am a little raccoon. I ask everybody for their scraps, and then I take them, and then I put them in my sketchbook, and yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I'm putting down these, stickers. I just found them on, like, Pinterest and stuff like that, and I just, like, print them out. So then afterwards, I like to have, like, a specific, like, method to how I, like, decorate my stickers. So I start with, like, the biggest scraps, and then I go to, like, the cheapest stickers, like, the big cheap stickers, and then I put those down, which is what I'm doing right now. These stickers, I'm pretty sure, like, every single person ever has bought these stickers, and they're, like, from Five Below. And I mean, like, they're good, though. They're, like, really cheap. But, like, it's, like, completely falling apart. Like, the like, kind of book style of binding that they gave, like, just completely fell apart. This, I think, is from Amazon. Last I checked, oh my gosh, Maid-sama, yes. We love the anime here. Anyways, so, yeah. And then I, like, the cheaper stickers go first, and then the more expensive ones go last, so then I use less of them, I guess. I love having the really cluttered look, of the stickers in my style. I just think it really fits my style, you know? But yeah, I just love, like, getting as many stickers as possible all the time. Oh my gosh, the banana milk sticker, I love the sticker. I love how I'm, like, showing them off to you guys, like, you care. But anyways, yeah, so the more expensive ones go last, because they're expensive, I guess, and I want to use them less. I used to have this really big fear of using stickers, but after I started, like, doing this sort of scrapbooking style, I use all of my stickers all the time, and I kind of feel bad afterwards after I use them up, but then not really, because they look cute, alright? So, yeah, I just love anything stickers. I love asking for stickers. I love everything. Yeah. I am a sticker connoisseur, as they say. I love this sticker book that I just took out, but there's literally no stickers left. So it took, like, a while to, like, figure out which stickers I could add, because there weren't that many that were pink anymore. Because I just draw with pink really often. So it just, like, oh my gosh, I'm so indecisive with my stickers. Like, watching this back, I've been so indecisive. I'm a very, like, go with the flow type person generally, but, like, when it comes to stickers, I'm like a control freak, and I'm not really sure why, but I guess that's how it is. I've heard other people say that they're like this too, and I just feel like you just have to have the stickers in the right place, alright? I also like to kind of cover up little bits of the artwork with the stickers, because I feel like it makes it more cohesive. But anyways, I need to, like, repurchase the sticker book again, because it's so good. There's so many different, like, stickers to it. It's also from Amazon. I actually get, like, everything from Amazon. But yeah. So, yeah. But, like, I really do need to repurchase it. Yeah, so, we are getting close to the end. I think there's about a minute left. But yeah, I am really happy with how this one turned out. It's definitely a redemption from last Draw With Me video where I was like, I actually kind of hate this. I didn't hate it as much as I thought, like when I first made it. Like looking back on that video, like I don't actually really hate that drawing, but when I made it, I like absolutely despised it. But this one, I like really like it actually. I'm pretty proud of how this turned out, and I think I definitely did improve with like this drawing, and I'm really excited to see actually next year in June or maybe in November, I don't know, whenever I maybe recreate this. If hopefully when I do recreate this, I do want to, I kind of want to keep this like a little trend, I guess, to see kind of how much I grow. So I feel like that'll be really fun and interesting to maybe look back on this video in a year and see kind of how much of a difference I make. So anyways, here's this, and here this is the before, basically. That's the before, yes, as I'm seeing in November. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's that. I'm really happy with that. Oh yeah, here I was showing that that the back actually didn't bleed, and I was really surprised about that. So yes, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!